Well, we are almost done. This is the last episode in the series before our top 10 final. And only one of these innovations will make it through to that final. Welcome to Australia by Design Innovations. Well, this incredible machine is a solar simulator, and it tests the efficiency of photovoltaic solar cells. It's just one of the many ways that innovation is put through its paces here at the CSIRO testing facility in Newcastle. Meanwhile, at Sydney CSIRO headquarters, we have a group of design industry leaders who are looking for one more top 10 innovation finalist from today's show.
I'm really reassured to see what an amazing talent pool we have in Australia, and it's been fantastic to have Australia by Design act as a platform for them to get their projects out to the world.
Let's get going with an innovation that's tackling a problem and fear here in Australia in a new way.
There's an intriguing design experiment taking place here in Albany at the bottom end of Western Australia. This interesting little town is involved in co-designing the next generation shark net. Hey Victoria, so this is the shark net.
It's not actually a net, it's a shark barrier.
Shark barrier,
That's
okay.
right.
And I guess that's why you've made these holes fairly large, right? I mean, I can actually stick my entire head through
Yeah,
this
and
thing.
actually those holes have been deliberately designed to let the little fish through without affecting them, while the big predators stay on the other side so people can swim
Keeping the big
comfortably.
guys out. There's an enormous amount of seaweed here that's passed through the barrier, and I guess that's telling me that it's doing exactly what it was designed to do. Why have you made a shark barrier out of a garden hose?
Hey, why not try a
It's
hose?
designed for water, it's fairly strong, but
That's
you've
it.
actually reinforced that with a rope that goes down the middle.
Absolutely. And then we've got our shock absorbers, so as you're stretching them compared to the purple ones which are more rigid.
There's got to be a lot of flexibility in this thing, of course,
So it's a modular barrier.
because I guess as one component breaks, rather than replacing the entire net, you can actually just take out that section and off you go. Dennis, the whole journey started right here.
Right here, Brandon. About 10 years ago, we had a shark attack just out in this bay here, and that's when it started the community thinking about what sort of protection do we need to look after the community and so make sure they can swim in safety.
1, 2, 3.
Wow, nice and cold in here.
Yeah, definitely.
So Ross, you were the main industrial designer behind the shark barrier. What was the biggest challenge in selecting the materials?
Originally, we were looking at anti-fouling to put in the material to stop things growing on it. But as time went on, we realised that it actually benefited the environment by keeping it there. It becomes a living reef in the water.
That adds to the beauty of the design, because when you see this thing, it's like a really nice living structure in a way.
Yeah, exactly.
We absolutely love it. Before we used to go right along the edge up there, now we go out deep, we float, we do bommies off the pontoon, we just love it.
How old are you, I have to ask?
72,
You look amazing.
thank you.
From a shocking event that rattled Albany 10 years ago, a cleverly designed living laboratory has emerged that has not only given this community peace of mind, it's an idea that can be taken across Australia and exported to the world.
Australia is strong in medtech innovation, and Next is a great example.
The use of fine needles to promote natural collagen has been around for a long time. The Dermapen 4 takes it to a new level.
Encouraging the body to self-heal was an idea first started by the Chinese with acupuncture. Since then, it's been adopted by Western medicine. Our next innovation takes that idea a whole stage further. Steen, I think I've seen one of these contraptions in a pharmacy, am I right?
You are, Paul. You're very right. These have been around for about 30 years. And they were the first attempt for the modern technology to really bring old Chinese needle acupuncture, which would stimulate the healing response in the skin. And now we could reproduce it with many, many needles at one time.
So what's going on today?
Well, it's a good question. We launched the first vertical needling device in 2011. And as you can see, it's quite antiquated.
And what is that?
Well, Basically, you have a needle, and we're taking this roller, and we have a cartridge with 16 needles. And when it's put into this device, it oscillates up and down very, very quickly.
How quickly?
120 times per second.
That's fast.
We used all of the knowledge which we had from these earlier devices into the Dermapen 4, which really is a revolution. It is the only digital vertical needling device in the world. And so we can customise the depth and the speed of the oscillation all from the pen itself, so that as you go around the face and various parts of the body, you can customise the treatment based on that body area, because all the areas are different and they need different depths, different speed to have the different results.
So what's Hayley's condition?
Well, Hayley has one of the more common conditions in brown pigment on the face. And then there's the red pigmentation that you see in the skin, and then you have different types of scarring, but also we have a fantastic ability to treat active acne, which is something that has been very difficult to treat both in adolescent and in also adult acne.
Hayley, how does it feel?
I can feel it, but it's not painful.
So doctor, this technology can be applied from cosmetics through to plastic surgery, which is what you do.
This technology is used as an adjunct for a lot of the surgery that we do. It can be used to break up scar tissue, create a bit more texture, and it works very simply. If you think wherever a needle goes into the skin, you get a little bit of inflammation and a bit of collagen coming in, and so you're creating a little bit of neocollagen in the tissues.
Design excellence is more than skin deep. The Dermapen takes an age-old treatment and adds technology to maximise results for the patient.
After the break, Ali puts our TV director's drawing ability to the test. We've gathered a group of design industry leaders at the CSIRO to select the best design innovations for the year. Next, an innovation that opens the mind to greater possibilities.
I must admit that the splat drawing system drew a tear to my eye. As a kid who could never draw a straight line, I always felt like a fool. Some people are naturally gifted, but with this, any kid can do a nice drawing. Bring it on.
Education can be so focused on reading, writing and mathematics that we often forget that drawing really is our very first language. So Kylie, you've created a really simple way of understanding 3D drawing.
Yes, so we've designed the Splat to help students develop creativity and also problem-solving skills. The best way to understand it is to actually see it in action.
All right, well, I'm an industrial designer, so I think it'll be a waste on me, but our director, Steve, I hear is pretty terrible.
Let's see what you got. Here's a project we're working on with a Year 5 class at a local school. But before they can start designing solar car, they need to be able to draw one. So let's see how you go.
Oh no. He's worse than I thought.
That's actually pretty good. I can see what you're trying to draw, but before we can start designing, you're going to need a few more tools in your toolkit. Use this ellipse here, centre it onto the point.
So Kylie, it's a lot more than just this tool, isn't it?
So we have a range of tools and we have more at the moment in R&D, which I'm really excited about. I think that's the best part, seeing your ideas come to life. We're really hopeful that every child will have one of these in their pencil case and develop this skill set.
When I was young, I think I struggled a lot when I looked at things and I wanted to create things and I just, in my mind, and I went to the paper and I couldn't, you'd struggle.
Yeah.
And to have that is so frustrating. So to be able to have the fun and just explore and then draw down what I'm thinking would be so freeing, I think, for a kid.
Oh, it is. And by connecting the hand through drawing and design and the heart and the mind, it's very powerful for innovation.
Yeah, well, I think we should check out this heart and hand over here. How's he going?
He's absolutely smashed it. That is amazing.
So that's your original one. Rubbish.
Oh my goodness.
Look what you've done.
That's fabulous. And did you have fun?
Yeah, no, I think it's great. It's brilliant. I'm really chuffed.
This obviously works as a drawing tool, but it's a lot more than that. Kylie and Glenn have recognised the importance of developing and nurturing the design skills that will keep Australia innovating.
Next from Brisbane, an innovation for the home.
I've been looking at screens and blinds for my place for a long time, and when I saw this I thought, wow, this could be what I want. The way they're able to pull out that fly screen, pull the doors back, and that shutter for total blackout, that's cool innovation, awesome design.
Hey Dave, wow, this really opens up the space beautifully.
Believe it or not, we were the first in the world to make folding doors that open up the outside just like this.
Now, as beautiful as what this is, it comes with its own problems, right?
Yes, there is a problem. Now, Brandon, as you can see with an opening as big as this, the first problem we were told about almost immediately was insects.
Of course, yeah. So how did you solve that? Completely sealed off all those nasty bugs. That is very, very cool. And it just slides back into the door.
All the way. We solved this issue fairly quickly. Now that the door's all closed up, we have another issue with privacy or light control.
How'd you solve that?
Very similar way, but from the other side of the door. We've actually implemented the intent of the architect, which was nice, clean, open lines, but we've also allowed the homeowner to get the privacy and the light control they're looking for. In the latest innovation of our screen, we realised we had another challenge ahead of us. Everybody understood quite clearly the requirements of the homeowner, but we realised we also have to look after the installer. If the installation goes wrong, if it takes longer or it costs more, nobody is happy.
Let me guess, you solved this challenge as well?
Absolutely. It may not be DIY standard, but I reckon you could give it a go.
Me install this door?
Absolutely.
Bring it on. That was actually a hell of a lot easier than I thought. I mean, I love the little design details, just like this kickboard here, that you can just lift it out. There's so much gunk that gets stuck in here, and I love that. It's just so simple. Give it a clean. And then there's this. When you're moving the screen from one side to the other, the diameter changes.
If you drop a cable off this cone, to get it back is almost impossible. So we have this highly precision cover that just floats on top that stops that cable coming off.
Beautifully engineered and really, really, really detailed design. Love it.
This is our latest screen installed in a brand new home, but this time it meets on a postless corner.
It's beautiful the way that just snaps together so seamlessly, and here we are, we're exposed to the great outdoors.
It's open here, but it's still protected from the insects.
Centaur was a pioneer in opening up our homes to the outside world. Their commitment to design excellence will ensure that they are not only the first, but the best.
Next, medical consultations providing greater reach.
Speaking with our friends and family online has become a normal, everyday part of our lives. And now, the way that we converse with our doctors is about to be transformed.
Sylvia, I heard you've been working on something very intriguing with the CSIRO.
Yes, we've been working on algorithms in artificial intelligence, and we're applying those to healthcare.
I'm lost already.
Best I show you, I've got a physiotherapy appointment set up for you upstairs.
Now I'm very curious. So where's the physio?
We're in the waiting room right now.
Hi Terry, I'm Greg, your physio. I can see you've even got a cameraman in the background with you.
Always travel with one.
What can I do for you today?
I seem to have a bit of pain in my shoulder, and after I've been sitting at my desk.
Well, let's get an idea of how that range is going within your shoulder. I'm going to use a little program here for us to measure it with. Sit in front of the camera there.
Yeah.
And we're going to move your shoulder just in this direction for me.
Okay.
We're going to be getting that data now. I'm going to keep having a look at your shoulder though if you can.
Wow, look at that, I look like a cyborg.
Yeah, it's some pretty cool technology. So when I took it to my team and said that we were going to be assessing people via video, they thought we were crazy. But when we thought about it, we went, okay, we can do 95% of what we would do in a normal consult, given that most of it is talking anyway, just not the hands-on.
Well, that was certainly an interesting experience.
Absolutely, but it's not just limited to physiotherapy. You could do it in mental health, you could do it with your GP, or even in rehabilitation post an operation.
So me, as a patient, I could be anywhere on the planet. This is a real game changer for remote communities, particularly.
It's like having your doctor on call on your phone.
So I've been a psychiatrist for 25 years, working from hospitals and rooms.
And really, the last 2 years of providing telehealth via CoView has sort of revolutionised my practice. Just seeing very different patients, seeing them from different locations and helping people in really different ways.
I see patients who are homeless. I've actually got some patients who live in their car and can access me using their phone. You know, homelessness and mental illness go hand in hand.
Both as a cause and an effect. and being able to address it flexibly for particularly people in regional, rural and remote areas is an amazing thing.
Technology is vital in all aspects of our lives. Why should healthcare be any different? In our busy lives, our health can often take a back seat. No more excuses. You now have a doctor in your pocket.
After the break, Ali's learning how to save a life, and we announce the winner of the Friedman Accelerator Award. Welcome back to Australia by Design Innovations. We're on a quest to find the #1 innovation for this year. And with only one position left, our judges will select their final piece of innovation from this episode to go through to our top 10. Right now, new technology applied to a life-saving idea.
If someone collapsed in front of you, would you know what to do? This next innovation might actually give you the ability to learn CPR faster than you think.
Thanks, Geordie. Great acting. Now, this happens 30,000 times a year. Do you think if someone collapsed in front of you, you'd know what to do? Katie, I would have no idea what to do in an emergency situation like that. How do you train people to be ready for that?
There's a lot of different ways, and we've got some new technology that makes it so much easier. So let's have a look.
Katie, are you lying to me? This doesn't look like brand new technology.
No, so this is our traditional training. You can see with the whiteboard and the trainer there. But you're right, we needed to find a better way to help people retain information more and also just be more engaged when they're doing their first aid training. So over here's our virtual reality headsets.
Obviously, this isn't just a game, is it? No.
No, that's right. So there's an actual learning space in there where we're teaching our students how to do first aid for emergency situations. There's even scenario work, so there's people potentially having like a heart attack in front of you and you need to be able to deal with that.
So what exactly do I see in here then?
Yeah, sure. So if you want to pop it on, we can actually run you through the process and you can have a good look.
Sir, so are you okay?
Oh, no. I don't know what to do. What do I
think he's having a heart attack. I need your help.
Okay, this looks way too real for me. This is scary. I've got to say, I felt that. That was almost too intense. So have you replaced everything, all of the training then with these?
Not all of it. What we've done is basically taken out some of the boring aspects, if you like, of someone standing there lecturing, talking for the training space. And then what we do is we take the headsets off and we use the mannequins and get you to still do the CPR component, still do things like recovery position, because you've got to be able to feel what it's like, and actually, get assessed and do the correct measurements.
But what about grandparents and sort of children? Does this suit them as well?
So we keep the traditional training for those that do want to just go into the classroom space. And then we have for the kids, we've actually created an app, our First Aid Action Hero app, and they can actually play a game where they learn so much about first aid. At the end of the day, we've got to make sure that everyone does know first aid training. It's really surprising of how many situations happen in the household, and it's actually the kids that are the ones picking up the phone, calling 000, and they're able to do so much more than most of us think they're capable of.
I've seen a lot of VR experiences, and I've got to say, this one seems to really work. What's great is that it goes beyond just the VR and incorporates other digital immersive experiences. What's best is that it's saving lives.
Next, an innovation that quite literally speeds up nature.
You know how us Aussies love our hardwoods? Well, the problem is it takes 100 years to grow. Imagine if you could create hardwoods in just 2 days. Check this out.
There are a team of scientists, researchers and engineers right here in Australia that have come up with some technology through the study of nature to protect nature. As a furniture designer, this is a beautiful wood to use. Spotted gum. The trouble is, it takes a long time for it to get to this size. How do you replicate the same strength that would take 50 or 80 years to happen in a natural habitat?
Yeah, that's our process that we've developed, is to use temperature and pressure instead of time.
Right.
To imbibe the properties of an old hardwood into a young plantation tree.
You know what I love about this, John, is that in a strange sort of way, you're using robots to conserve trees.
So out of a typical sawmill, you'd get probably 30% of a log as timber. In this case...
So 70% gets wasted?
It's 70% waste.
And so this system, because you're using thin strips and then you're actually laminating it together.
We can get more than double the yield out of every log.
And is this the secret glue?
It is the secret glue.
May I smell?
You can smell it. It's perfectly harmless. This is one of the secrets of our process, which I can't tell you about.
Part of the magic.
That's right.
You're not going to tell me, are you?
I'm not.
I'm going to keep asking.
I know.
Come on, let's go.
The combination of nanotechnology, material science, robotics, advanced automation, all comes together here. All sorts of different parameters that are part of the secret recipe that really give us the product that we want.
Including the glue?
Including the glue, which I'm not going to tell you about.
Yeah, are you sure you're not going to tell me?
As a scientist, you always want to create something that's useful.
Yeah.
And to get to this point where we've got this fantastic hardwood coming out.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
And to think that it all comes from these little 2mm veneers.
So these materials can be used for anything.
Right.
Furniture, interior design, sporting goods.
Even cricket bats.
Yeah.
I love it. Should we give it a go?
We should.
Come on, mate.
Let's go. You can bat.
Boom! This innovation is going to knock the timber industry for a six. And they might just save a few trees along the way. Now that is sustainable innovation at its best. In this series, we've introduced the Friedman Accelerator Award. Peter Friedman has been looking for a startup innovator that he can mentor and take them to the next level, introducing them to Rode Microphone's business networks on the Australian and international stage. And now he's handpicked the winner.
I'm super excited to announce the winner of the Accelerator Award, and all the way from Perth, it's the Food Preparation Station. I can't wait to sit down with these guys and help them to get to the next level.
Congratulations to the Food Preparation Station team in Perth. What a fantastic opportunity to elevate your innovation to a whole new level. Still to come, an innovation from Perth that tackles a first world problem that we can all relate to. And which innovation from this episode will be selected by our judges to fill the one spot remaining in our final top 10. Welcome back to Australia by Design Innovations. Which one of our projects will our design industry judges select from today's episode to join our other series finalists? We will reveal shortly. But first, a new weapon in the war on lice.
In a previous series of Australia by Design, we met Moshe, who designed a product that's tackling head lice. After 4 years on the market, there's now more to this story.
What product are you using here?
This is just any of the off-the-shelf pharmacy treatments. Goes on much like shampoo.
Do we know what's in the product?
Do I want to know?
This product area contains the Dimeticon and or the Permethrin.
Oh, that sounds really like a chemical.
Those products are classified as insecticides.
And we're regularly putting this onto our children's hair.
Many kids are developing sensitivity, red scalps. There is another problem with the head lice treatments, that the little bugs develop resistance, and they are called superbugs.
Superbugs?
The resistance, the DNA that they've changed over time, it's like the antibiotics.
Can we get it out? Yeah, to be honest, I agree, Karis. After all this talk about chemicals and superbugs, I don't feel comfortable having this in your hair.
Me either.
So take two. We've got Karis's hair nice and dry. You've got a better way, haven't you?
The Vicom A1, a rechargeable unit which eliminates head lice and eggs.
Just by combing it?
Just by combing, change the setup for a long hair.
What's this noise?
Yeah, the unit develops a vacuum suction force which eliminates the head lice and the eggs, takes them into the chamber.
So we're basically vacuuming up the lice.
Technology is evolving, it's rechargeable.
Okay, am I hurting you, Karis?
No, it feels good.
So there's no solution needed or anything on the hair?
No solution, it's a simple non-chemical approach.
So if we had any nits, I'd find them in there?
The unit has been improved and the capsule is locked.
So it looks like we're empty. Good news, Karis, you're nit-free.
By combing the hair and getting the nits into the capsule, you eliminate any reinfestation at home.
If you want to remain competitive, design is an ever-evolving process. And that's what Moshe is doing with the Vicom A1.
Jenny O'Donnell from Perth has channeled all of our frustration into a holistic design that deals from supermarket shelf to car to pantry.
It happens to us all the time. We get to the supermarket and we realise we've left the little green bag in the cupboard with the other 100 green bags that we've collected along the way. It drives me nuts. Well, with our next innovation, you'll never have to buy a green bag ever again.
You're absolutely right, Brandon. Everyone in Australia goes shopping and we all end up with a handful of those green recycling bags.
And that was the inspiration behind your idea.
Absolutely. Hey, let me show you. This is the shopper cart. Roll it out like this. Bring this one down. Kick into place. Bring this leg over like so. Kick it into place.
That is pretty cool. It reminds me of those ambulance stretchers where the wheels just fold back, right?
Absolutely, yes. It's based on the same concept.
Very cool. Should we go shopping?
Let's go shopping. And a neat little idea is this hook that you can hang stuff off.
That's smart. Love that.
But the best part about it is this little flap here. We put our keys and a purse in there.
Oh, that's clever. I'm always wondering when I can put my wallet and keys and mobile phone, so it's nice and tucked in here.
That's correct, but the best part about it is the coffee cup. We all need to have our coffee when we're doing our shopping.
Tell me about it. I am sold.
Oh no, thank you, darling. We don't need a bag, thank you.
Jeannie, was it at this point where you actually came up with this great idea?
Absolutely, because I'd get to the checkout and I knew as soon as I got to the checkout I'd left my bags in the car, and look at all these people behind me. You couldn't do that to these people. So that's why it's such a great idea to have your own shopping trolley.
This is so cool, Jeannie. This is the exact same trolley that we were shopping with in that supermarket, and now we're in your kitchen.
I know, isn't it amazing? And how great would it be for people in high-rise apartments? Straight into the underground car park, straight into the elevator, and straight up to your apartment.
Jeannie, you're a genius.
Thank you.
And now it's time to find out from our judges which innovation from this episode has been selected to go through to our best of the best final.
This next finalist creates a marine-friendly barrier and an artificial reef all in one. And it also creates peace of mind for all of us Australian beachgoers.
Join us next time for our best of the best episode, where we count down through our top 10 innovations for this series. For more information on any of today's innovations, go to australiabydesign.com.au.